Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to the Golden Feather Tavern. Today we have a totally different type of content for you. This is a special subscriber only in terms of players Fablecraft game that we want to do to bring it to you guys and see if you like this kind of content. Otherwise, this is definitely something that we wanted to do as a way to thank the supporters that support us and offer them a chance to have some TTRPG fun. And before we meet everybody, I have myself and Vertec. I'm going to be hosting the games, though Vertec may or may not take it over at some point in the future if he decides he would like to do so. And there is a hill in the middle of our beach. But yes, so hi everybody. If you don't know what Tales of Fablecraft is, it is a game where Pockets wins with a plunger. And it's actually a TTRPG created recently, actually still in early access, and it is akin to D&D, Pathfinder, things like that. It's got its own system just like they do. Everything is fully built into the game just like they have. And so there's a lot of really nice things. They work really hard to make these scenes animated, as you can see behind me. I can also adjust this into a nighttime version of the scene. So for a nice, serene evening moment. There's a lot of really cool features that they're working on, and it's currently in constant development. They're always releasing new campaigns. However, I would like to say it's a very similar to D&D and Pathfinder, where it is free to play as a player. They actually recently, like this last week or so, launched the ability to find games, so game matchmaking within the Fablecraft system itself. So there's a lot of really cool things. They're always listening to player feedback, a lot like Ashes of Creation is. And speaking of Ashes of Creation, we are hosting this within the Golden Feather Tavern with quite a few of our Ashes friends here. And we're going to be playing one of the campaigns called Murder on the Tipsy Pearl. And I'm very, very excited to introduce everybody here. But if you would like to and you enjoy this and you want to try streaming, or not even just streaming, but running your own campaigns, you can always support us by using TGF Tavern as a code. That will just attach it to all of your purchases. We get a percentage back from what you spend on the game as a thank you for supporting us. So without further ado, I will let all of our players introduce who they are, who they're playing, and a little bit about themselves. So I'm just going to start off here with Chaffee.
Good afternoon. I am going to be playing Driftvale. He is a rogue that also specializes in healing. And he is just a hired guide for the coastal regions for this party.
Ooh, let me see if I can do this. Hold on. Hey, Vertec, can you just go from the top all the way down? If you click on them, you can see like a full of their like character.
Check that out.
Yeah, isn't that neat? And he's playing our rogue. Is there any other like background that you want to share? Or is that it? I mean, rogues tend to be secretive, so I understand.
Yeah, he's a local, but
okay.
That's pretty much, he keeps secret about most of his dealings.
Sounds good. All right, we will go down to Miss Moon.
Hello, everyone. I am playing a character today. I named her Lumia Bubble, and she's a lover of nature. She's the naturalist class, and you often would find her in the forest looking for herbs, especially mushrooms, which are her favorite. She likes to make medicinal medicines with her herbs, but she's not always successful with it. She spends a lot of time outside under the moon recharging, and she's very in tune with animals.
Nice.
And I would say we met up with this party because you guys were looking for some of my great medicines.
Nice. We'll head on over to Pockets.
I just got potion seller stuck in my head. I am Pockets. I am playing a merchant. If you guys
You're
know
really
who I
quiet,
am,
by the way, Pockets.
I'm really quiet. What?
Yes, you are.
I do have you at basically 200%, yeah.
I had Chaffee at 200%, but I didn't know I was quiet. I don't know what I can change. Is that
a screen?
Okay.
Oracle says he can hear him fine.
Is that better?
Screen.
Yeah, I've got just so viewers know, at least I have some different filters and whatnot in OBS so we stream out, and it should auto level people a lot better. I was just mentioning mainly for us to be able to hear.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, we should be fine as long as nobody else is talking. We can hear you.
Okay, I moved my mic a little bit closer, so hopefully that helps. Those of you guys that don't know, I'm a part of Suspect, and I like coin, I like gold, and so I chose the merchant class. I also tend to play a healer off-spec DPS kind of thing, and so I went with a merchant thinking that it would be for chasing the coin, and able to heal myself. So that's the kind of character I'm playing today.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Taco?
My name's Taco. I'm playing a character named Taco. He is an inventor. Basically, I've got him as, think of him like the kid that is leaving the house for the first time. Very anxious, very innocent, very scared of everything. A lot of anxiety, like most of us have naturally anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it.
All right.
And last but not least, Vertec. Yep.
I am Vertec. I'm playing Vertex Elamon. As I usually do. Tank also, as usually do. Very protective of allies. Not exactly open with sharing all the time, but open when asked. Yeah. All about that teamwork. Support everybody. Support the friends. Make sure we're all succeeding.
Very nice. Well, welcome to Smuggler's Wharf, a bustling tourist hotspot and market town in the Coral Coast, where you can buy anything or lose it just as easily. Your party has scored tickets to a 2-day cruise hosted by one of the region's most famous residents, and I'm sure Kai has heard the rumors. Captain Hector Cuttlewash. No one is sure why the storied pirate has emerged from retirement, but the wharf is abuzz with rumors and gossip. The tour will take place on the captain's legendary vessel, the Tipsy Pearl, which is docked nearby.
Did you say the captain's name was Cuttlewash?
Cuttlewash, yep.
Okay, like a cuttlefish?
Very similar, yes. Actually, if anybody wants, although I'm sure, Kai, you know the story for this, I will actually go ahead and request everybody to roll me a culture check, except for Kai.
It's good.
Oh.
It's good.
Okay.
I want to see how far this legend has truly spread.
Got successes.
And it seems like a few of you are very familiar with it, although Lumia, you particularly, maybe this has caught your interest because it's very unique. But he was immortalized in the famous sea shanty, The Treasure of Spiros Isle. Spiros Isle was a place of myth and legend until the captain returned with the island's treasure. But his victory did not come without sacrifice. Since then, the captain has faded into obscurity and spends much of his retirement drinking and gambling in taverns throughout the Coral Coasts, and perhaps very similarly in Vera to the Golden Feather Tavern, perhaps. Additionally, you have heard about the legendary 80-foot pirate ship that Captain Cuttlewash owns. The main deck, right? Who hasn't? The main deck features 2 raised quarter decks, the captain's cabin on one, the galley on the other, and the lower deck houses passenger and crew cabins, and there's a cargo hold at the bottom of the ship. And that is all you know from the stories. What you do know, Kai, specifically, since you're from here, is that Smuggler's Wharf is a bustling watertop town in the southwest coast of Mythos. You often know this as like a big visitor tour attraction type of locale. And you can find souvenirs at boardwalk markets, visit the breakers for drinking and gambling, or pop into the tavern for some chowder and live music. But as your party makes their way through the watertop markets, vendors call out hawking their goods, gulls shriek overhead, and bright sunlit glitters atop the crashing waves as they approach the docks. The smell of brine fills the air, and the ocean breeze tugs at your clothing ever so gently. So, you guys have got your hands on this prestigious Coral Coast tickets. How do you guys assume that you got this? After all, you do have one local, so I would love to hear some interesting role play with that. After all, it's highly sought after.
As to how we got the tickets?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know.
I definitely made a very nice potion to trade for these tickets.
Okay. Perhaps that's how you got to know Kai, because Kai, you happen to be one of the handlers, and if you look at your inventory, you happen to have the tickets in your inventory.
Yeah, I do have a ticket.
And I will show the full art screen. So this is what the ticket looks like. But you are here a little bit early, so perhaps you're meeting up with Kai to exchange the tickets for maybe a sought after potion that someone at the markets need, or I'll let you guys kind of go with whatever you feel like with that. But either way, you find yourself kind of amongst the town folks and vendors here on the boardwalk. And, you know, if you want, you can meander here a little bit. Otherwise, you can make your way to the boat.
Can we look around and see what else is for sale?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Honestly, this will definitely kind of pique Taco's interest. There's a lot of like little knickknacks that are very like coastal in theme. So, you know, you've got your typical little like sea turtles that are made from shells and other things. And you've got just very kitschy, like typical souvenir things. There's obviously there's other postcards that you guys can get that look similar to the one that Kai is holding, should you want to, you know, keep memory of your adventure here. There's t-shirts, there's a variety of things. Feel free to look around.
Being a local and knowing kind of the value of a lot of these items, how bad is this shop ripping off tourists?
They're a little higher marked than other areas in the coastal area. However, because of how popular Smuggler's Wharf is, it's an understandable markup. It's not an egregious amount, but it's enough to be like, hey, sometimes, you know, it might storm here, or, you know, people might cause trouble, and so they need money to be able to repair things or save up for repurchasing of stock or remaking of stock, things like that. So it's a little more pricey than inland areas of the coast, but not a horrible ripoff. After all, you never know who needs friends at Smuggler's Wharf.
Just real loud, I'll just be going through all the products. Like, this place is so cheap.
Love it.
I'm just kind of rambling on about all the products.
There's also many people that, you know, much like Kai, live here. So you feel free to also like ask anybody anything. Otherwise, if nobody really takes the lead on anything, I will just kind of direct you forward.
Okay, so a couple questions real quick, which may help some viewers as well if they go to play.
Yeah. What's up?
For one, how does gear work?
I don't think that gear is something that is currently thought of. There are items that you can use. There are sometimes some items that you can get from like a campaign. Like if there's a special ring or something that you get, you could put that on when you do get it. I would have to give it to you, put it in your inventory from my GM's guide. But it's not like D&D or anything else where there's a need to necessarily put on equipment. Unless there's special circumstances, which I don't want to get into in case it spoils anything for anybody playing any of the campaigns. But yeah. Otherwise, typically if it's in your bag, you don't need to equip it, especially if it's a utility. Or you don't equip items, sorry, only utility gear and things like that will be equipable. Otherwise, it being in your bag is the equivalent of you having it and having it equipped, essentially.
Okay.
But yeah, there might be some things that are specifically like, you know, you can drag it into those areas, but typically you don't start off with any gear per se. Was there another question there?
Yeah, did you say we already had a ticket?
Oh, I gave it to Kai. Yeah, Kai is holding the tickets currently. I just gave it to the local person as a little hook in case you guys wanted to role play with him.
I got 2 tickets to paradise.
2 tickets to paradise. Do we have a bard in the group? We don't have a bard in the group, do we?
No.
Tucker, I nominate you the bard.
Oh, yes.
The bard-like character.
I invent shit, including songs, yes.
There you go.
Nice.
It's a very similar mindset, I would say.
So,
I would like to walk along with Kai for a little bit.
Okay.
And I kind of am curious to know if he knows anything about this cruise. I don't know too much about it. I just know it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a fun time with a lot of fancy decor. Maybe some things that they might not know go missing.
frilly napkins and
I
silver
check
spoons.
my stuff around me, making sure you're not taking it.
But so when Captain Cuddlewash comes out of retirement, I mean, you gotta go see what it's about.
Boy. So, I guess, yeah, I'd like to, as we're walking around, because I'm kind of hanging around Kai as well, because, you know, I don't know this area. I'm trying to learn things. I'd like to take a look into what the shops do offer. Is there anything for sale around here that I can pick up that might help us on our voyage?
No, nothing really here, outside of like food and drink. Although because you are close to one of the merchants, as you guys are discussing about the captain, you hear one of the vendors, especially Vertec, because you're like a little closer to like the vendor checking out their wares. kind of scoff and mention something about how the captain owes people, specifically several local barkeeps, money. And how he is very fond of food and drink, especially a good drink.
Okay. Well, mainly I was curious about looking for some seasickness pills. I'm kind of concerned about this little Ranger Pockets guy. Looks like he's used to things sitting still when he's looking around.
Okay. Yeah, I not necessarily too much. There might be some hinting of it, but being that this is more of a touristy area, the doctors are more inland.
You think those
might just need a barf bag.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's what the sea is for. You just eat whenever you want at it, and
Oh my gosh.
Some fish will be happy for the lunch, I suppose.
Kai, looking down, sees 2 tickets, 5 of us. So is he understanding math correctly that we need 3 more tickets?
Oh no, it was invitation to the whole party.
Gotcha. Okay. And is there anything on the invitation that tells us when it's leaving?
Not necessarily, but like your group having, like you specifically having gotten more information ahead of meeting up with the rest of the group, you know that it's this afternoon as you start to head over.
Since Kai is local and Lumia knows a lot about this culture, can they both sing the sea shanty that the captain is named after or whatever for us? At the same time.
At the same time.
All right.
I don't know how we're gonna do this.
Just make sure you start on the same verse, okay?
Yeah, just
Do 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 do.
Do. I thought it was jazz. Was it not jazz? Am I wrong?
I believe you guys are singing the sea shanty of Scatman John and not of the other guy.
I'm starting to gather there might be different localizations of this for different towns.
Right.
And regions.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Some of the bards across Mythos have definitely taken things into their own stylistic artistry.
I blame it on the
beach to
variety
the
of
woods,
alcohols.
you know?
From the beach to the woods.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it changes these saying goods.
You could definitely tell I'm the bard of the group because that really sucked, guys.
I'm sorry.
I know.
I didn't prepare for my concert.
You're not injecting
Guy
your
has many
professionalism.
talents, and singing's not one. Now, if you gave me a seashell, I could make a little tune from it.
There you go.
Toot 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 doodaloo.
So besides the vendors that don't really have a lot of stuff except for touristy stuff, you know, that we can't really use on the adventure or anything else like that, is there any like local landmark that sticks out more than anything else?
I mean, as you look around, obviously you can see the giant ship at like kind of off in the distance. Thank you, I appreciate that, Pockets. But aside from that, no, like you can hear, I mean, more distinct areas with like food and drink over some of the others that are just merchants. But no, it's just kind of like this whole thing is kind of like a landmark as a whole instead of like individual pieces. But if nobody has any questions for any of the locals, I can go ahead and move us forward.
Did you mention some taverns where the barkeeps owe money?
I did, yes.
I mean, I think it's always a good idea to wash our throats before
Are we gonna
Going on a
go
long
pregame?
I'm down to wash our throats
Pre-game.
I'm down to pregame.
before we head onto this boat.
That sounds like a great recipe.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh, my
Preload the lunch
goodness.
cannon.
Oh my god.
Nothing like some saltwater ale.
All right, so you guys want to head on over to a tavern?
Yeah, I grab their hands and we all skip merrily over to the tavern.
Preferably a
Okay.
golden one.
A golden tavern? Oh man, I'll see what I can
Yes,
do about that.
The Golden Shell Tavern. I see it over there.
There you go. There you go. All right. So as you enter, there's a lot of sounds of people chatting, especially. Oops, sorry.
The sounds of people chatting.
That's some weird chatting. Oh,
Those are the weirdest people I've ever heard.
Yeah, I know.
Takes all kinds, man. Takes all kinds.
yeah, I didn't think that
I'm-
was that kind of bar.
I'm quieting the companion of the villagers.
It's the bar dog.
Yeah, it's the,
The
bar
bar
dog.
dog. There we go.
But
Pockets, we gotta do something about that smell, man.
one of the area's delicacies here is their local clam chowder. Fresh made every single day, and some very unique flavors of mead and ales from across the sea, as this is quite a trading hub. So there's options abound for you. And the people within the tavern seem very friendly, so they seem like you see them going from group to group, chatting and talking amongst each other, and then moving to another group and checking in and just talking excitedly. Obviously, the things that come up often, if you hear any particular pieces of conversations, are about the captain and this exciting cruise and how it's so hard to get tickets to them, etc. And it's just the typical info of excitement when something big is happening in a town that hasn't happened in quite a while.
Awesome. Well, I am going to go to the bar and order a drink.
All right.
I come with you. I'm looking for something fruity.
Fruity.
I'm from up in the mountains, so I am scared shitless to get on a boat. So I'm going to need a little inebriation to, have the courage to step aboard.
Okay. Very
Oh.
fair. Very fair.
Make sure after you get said liquid courage, you make sure you hold on to the rail tightly when you're on the ship.
Yes.
So would that be two fruity drinks, or are you having what
Get
she's
another
having?
one. We'll make it a something sunrise.
Something sunrise. Okay. Okay. I can figure something out.
I'm getting 3 shots for myself. So
Oh my
I was
goodness.
gonna say I would like something earthy.
Earthy. Okay.
Mm,
We definitely
mm.
have stuff from the forested areas, like your companion looks to be from. So give me a little bit, and I will return with your drinks. In the meantime, feel free to make yourselves at home. You're here for the cruise, I take it. So yeah, it should be leaving. You got like an hour, I think, before you need to be over there, from what I understood. So feel free to chill. Do be careful with
Yeah.
the drinks and into
Yeah,
the sea.
Taco. I heard somebody talking something about a bloody harpoon drink. It's very tomatoey, kind of spicy though.
ooh,
Ain't
Got a
nothing
little
wrong with a
kick.
little spice.
Little spiked.
spicy.
I'm gonna take part of the local specialty, which everyone knows. That's take a shot back, gurgle salt water, eat some seaweed, and enjoy.
Okay.
That sounds
I'm
like
gonna
a
just
good
watch
one.
this.
Eat some seaweed.
So after a bit of time, the barkeep comes back and brings multiple shots for Lumiere. And then a couple of fruity drinks and something that definitely has like some sprigs of nature coming out of it and plops that in front of Taco. And then the very interesting set of items and puts that down in front of Kai.
I just love how there's sprigs of nature. Like you look at the drink and you're like, that's definitely plant life of some kind.
Yes. I think with his nature, I don't think he would know too much of what they were, but Lumia would recognize them.
I'm gonna swirl my drink around and show it to Lumia and be like, "Can I drink this?"
I slip a little something in there to help your seasickness. But I don't tell you what.
I trust you. We've only known each other for like 4 minutes, but let's do it anyway.
I saw her slip something in your drink, so be careful.
Oh, no. I slam all 3 of my shots down.
I'm still just going through all these rhythms. It's like a 10-step process that guy's going through. There's like a salt lick. He's like slamming his hand on the table. There's so many things with this just to have one shot.
Wow, the swizzle salad slammer. Gotta love it.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just slowly drinking my something sunrise through the umbrella straw.
One of the villagers come up to you and say, "Oh, you guys look like you're not from here, aside from that guy." And points at guy going through the processes. He clearly knows what's up, but I take it you guys are here for the cruise.
Yeah, I heard some excited talk about it. Hasn't been one for a while, so I hear.
Oh yeah, man, the captain has definitely been kind of just non-existent. I mean, outside of the drinking and stuff, but for like 40 years since he came back from Spiros Island.
Holy crap, he must be really old then.
Well,
hopefully he can still drive.
Some of us live longer than others, you know.
Ooh,
but
I think that's longer than I've been alive. Jeez.
Yeah, he's a living legend around here, and some of us are still curious on what he did with all that treasure.
Probably hid it somewhere for us.
You see treasure?
Yeah,
there's treasure. He knows about treasure.
But yeah, I'm sure you can ask him about it. He had quite the treasure haul when he came back, but he just went into retirement, whatever that is. I guess it's just, you know, you're still here drinking, obviously, but not like ghosted forever. But he just recently was just like, let's go on a cruise. I don't know. So yeah.
He must be money.
He has so much treasure, but doesn't he owe a lot of people?
Yep. Sounds stingy.
Yeah, that's kind of where we're wondering what he did with the treasure. You know, I don't know. It's not my business, but all I know is, like, you know, rumors, hearsay.
It's a heck of a credit account.
Can you sing the sea Sanchi?
Oh, I don't sing. I do appreciate it though. It's a nice shanty, that, but I'm not much of it. I enjoy listening to the instrumentals of it though. It was very, very nice.
Taco, maybe you could come up with something.
Not on the spot.
I'm sure you've heard little bits and bobs here and there.
It's okay. Yeah. I elbow Kai and I'm like, let's sing our song again.
Maybe it's the one I heard before. You know, there once was a sailor out on the sea.
You elbow Kai still in the middle of doing this routine, and just salt water comes out of his nose. And he's like,
great, now he has to start over again.
There's more steps to this drink than there is to get a boating license.
Oh my goodness.
But with this boat though, like, how much isn't the locals worried that this man is just gonna sail off into the sea and not pay his debts?
Whoa! I need to come back.
You know, I don't know. It's one of those things. I think maybe this is a way to try and get money to recoup for some of his debts. I'm not entirely sure who's running the operation. I just know that it's a thing, apparently. You know, if you like spooky stories, I kind of have a little bit of a chilling one. Although I don't want to terrify you before going out on the water at all.
Terrify away. We've got time.
Oh no, I'm here for story time.
Oh my goodness.
Right. I'm just watching Kai still go through these steps and having to start over twice now because of interruptions and distractions. We got time. We got time. Kai, concentrate. Focus.
I got this.
So, I'm sure the fella over there who's doing this elaborate process is aware, but did you know that the Tipsy Pearl is actually named after his true love, Pearl? Mm-hmm. She and the entire crew, though, they were killed during the trip to Spiros Isle.
Oh.
So he lost his girl, named his ship after his girl, and gets drunk all the time and owes people money.
Yeah, pretty much. And his entire crew, too. So, yeah.
So he's the only one that survived?
Yeah.
I'm really starting to have second thoughts about jumping on a ship with something like that.
But,
maybe the treasure was the memories he made along the way.
He does have a new first mate, though, these days. You know.
What's the first mate's name?
Her name is Tilly. She's well liked and respected around the coast. So, you know. Kai, you would know that Tilly grew up on the ocean, and she's kind of unfazed by the volatile nature of life on the high seas. And rumor has it that she used to work for the Coral Guard before taking up a role being aboard the legendary Tipsy Pearl.
Yeah, I know Tilly. 2 words for her: buzzkill.
Buzzkill. Oh no. Doesn't sound like it's gonna be a fun trip then.
Sounds like we need to do a little more pre-gaming before we get aboard.
That's right. I'll take 2 more of these.
Oh, we're gonna be here all night.
Wait, how long do we have to prep for this trip?
An hour. It's already been like at least 15 minutes.
How would you? Okay, so if you're doing 2, just at the same time, right? Same time.
That's right. You could double up the ingredients.
It's like double Chex Mix.
Yeah. I'll be around. I'll let you guys, enjoy your time with your drinks and your shots. But if you have any questions, feel free to, ask. And he does like a nodding thing and then just kind of scuttles off to the side.
Do we know how many people are coming on this cruise with us?
I was just thinking the same thing.
Or is it just us? Us lucky people.
It might just be us and a captain and Tilly.
Not sure.
Well, my drink is gone now.
Yeah, mine were gone right away.
I can finish the last of mine at any time.
Now we're just waiting on Mr. I have to basically write my opus to have this drink.
I'm just gonna look over at Pac and say, it's pretty customary when you visit someone's land to pay for their drink.
I don't want to use my my coin for this. I didn't have any drink.
No,
wow,
that's fair. That's fair. But we see where you stand now. That's
Man.
I'm honestly thinking of getting what you're having, Kai, so you can teach me this elaborate liquor dance.
Can we get one to go?
Be very annoying and boisterous to say, "Let's go." You don't need to sit there and drink the weird drink for 35 minutes straight.
Maybe they can package one up to go. You can drink it on the boat.
It's just not the same.
Oh my gosh.
It adds more challenge. Come on.
You get a nice to-go cup.
Get a little sippy cup. You'll be good.
Give me a waterproof Ziploc bag.
I think that's the whole point of a Ziploc bag.
That's right.
Fair,
Oh.
fair.
Yeah.
All right.
We don't know where we're walking into. We might as well walk into it.
True story. True story.
All right, so you guys are ready to head on over?
Sure thing. Yeah. Let's do it.
It's time to go.
Okay. So you head on over to the ship, and the ship begins to depart. And you hear the all-famous sea chanter.
There it is.
Sounds
Well, you guys are really way off.
I mean, I wasn't, I didn't have a drink yet. I forgot how it goes. It's like one of those things.
Telling you,
Drink to
localizations.
remember.
Okay. Different villages have their own renditions.
But as you board the ship, you can't help but be impressed by the Tipsy Pearl. Its brightly colored sails ripple in the breeze, and the sturdy deck sways underfoot. Several crew members can be seen going about their business on the far side of the deck, and a voice above you calls down.
Ahoy there! You'll be the last passengers to arrive and none too soon. Come aboard and make yourselves comfortable. I'm Tilly, first mate. We'll be weighing anchor and setting sail shortly. I'll have your tickets if you please. Then I'll introduce you to our sweet lady Pearl.
And that is Tilly standing up above you from the viewport.
See what I mean?
Tilly
Buzzkill.
Shawshank.
We're the last passengers to arrive. How many came before us?
Can we look around and estimate how many people are here?
Give me a second. I'm looking for that information.
Something intimidating about a woman that has pelicans as pets.
I'm more looking at that device that she can use as a bat.
She said, "You'll meet the other passengers later at the welcome banquet, but that doesn't start for about an hour, and I'll ring the bell ship when it's ready." But in the meantime, you can stow your belongings in your shared cabin. There is a plain room with simple bunks below. So if you wish, you can, take your items off and relax a little bit. Wonderful to have you on board, and I love this ship, and I hope that you will love her too.
Thank you. Start taking a look around.
Thank you.
Of course. And this is what the main deck looks like.
So you guys see that pelican had matching hair.
Good. Curious who styled theirs first.
Just the pelican hair.
That's crazy.
As you are making your way to your cabin, you guys hear some of the crew members grumbling about their workload.
Slow down and see if I can listen to what they're saying.
Yeah, you can. They're just talking about how they are short-staffed at the moment, and how they're very grateful that Tilly is here, but they're just a little bit frustrated that there's a lot to do and not so many people to do it.
Yeah, really is going broke.
Working to the bone. Okay.
Is Tilly around then?
Tilly's up in the area where you saw her, kind of in that like
Crow's nest.
was that called the mast? The crow's nest. Mm-hmm.
Can I speak to her pelicans?
Speak to her pelicans?
Yeah, I can communicate with them. But I don't know how it works really. Like, do I have to touch them?
Hey,
or
birds.
Like, is it like
what's your name?
telepathic type of
I'm
thing?
going to watch as Lumia tries to sound like a pelican.
I think there's meant to be pelicans that are in the art. They're not necessarily like her pelicans.
Okay.
They have matching hair.
Yeah, they had matching hairs. Like,
Yeah.
There's a whole performance troupe.
okay.
Maybe it's gang colors.
Is there anything else on the deck that stands out like a sore thumb, like a certain box or, something that just doesn't seem like it belongs?
No, just people bustling to get cargo on for this trip, and people meandering like to and from their quarters. I think a lot of the Pelican Reef. I think a lot of people are kind of just in their own cabins, getting stuff kind of situated for their trip, their cruise.
The cargo that's coming on the ship, does it seem to be like supplies for the ship, or is it maybe like treasure or goods?
It just seems like food and stuff for the voyage, things that are needed to keep the.
That's not fun. Okay.
Yeah, nothing too intricate that you can see. But
how's the weather looking? I want to know about the weather for our trip.
Looking up at the sky, it seems nice.
Okay.
The clouds are there, but not daunting, and the breeze is calming, relaxing.
Okay. Good.
Oh. Just to help with like looking around in general. Are you guys just meandering on the main floor?
Yeah, that checks out.
I'd say how many? 1, 2, 3. I'm missing somebody. Taco.
While everybody else is like looking around and doing that, I've licked a finger and I'm proclaiming that we're going north.
Okay. Good.
Okay. As long as we know that, we're good.
Taco, did you roll?
I thought I did.
Okay. It didn't show up in the game log, so I'm just gonna.
It was like off to the side.
Okay. Lick a finger. I hope it was his own finger. Taco, Vertek, and Lumia. As Kai and Pockets are distracted and you're kind of looking around on the main deck, you kind of notice that the captain's quarters, which is kind of in the rear quarter deck of the main area, it has a key in the door, but it doesn't seem like anybody is inside or around.
I kind of ask them if they want to go take a peek with me. Wonder what's behind that door.
I mean, if the key's in the door, just hanging out there, obviously they're not trying to keep it locked away from anybody.
Yeah, it can't be a secret if there's a key there. Let's go check it out.
Maybe it's our room.
A door that looks like it could be employees only. I'm in.
Oh no.
What door are you talking about?
As you hear them talking, you look around and you notice that they're standing near a door. What the heck?
Kai, holy mackerel.
Wait, Kai, how did you get in there? I thought I didn't select you.
You're right. You did it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Ignore that. I didn't know what was happening.
It's okay. I prompt you guys for your rules unless you ask me to do something. So we will ignore Kai's. But
this is over there doing backflips epically
Taco,
successfully.
You actually distracted. So unfortunately for Lumia and Vertec, a passing crew member notices you three standing at the door, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And unbeknownst to you guys, I mean, I will let you choose this, Taco. You can sneak in still because you successed that, and you're able to sneak in. Would you like to sneak in while he's talking to Vertec and Lumia?
I would love to take a peek. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so as the crew member is talking to you guys, he doesn't even notice that Taco slips in before the crew member ushers you guys away and pockets the key.
Crap.
So Taco, here's the room that you are met with.
Oh.
The captain's room contains a desk, ornate mirror, 4-poster bed, as well as various knickknacks. The party, the party doesn't. Well, at least 2 or 3 of you know that you have snuck in, possibly at this point, or maybe they didn't notice at all that you weren't there. But there's a variety of items around for you if you wish to explore it. Otherwise, you can try and.
I would like to go see what is on the captain's desk.
Okay. On the desk, there is a large business ledger containing pages of transactions.
Well, time to see what they're about.
Opening the ledger, although it's a little bit difficult to figure out what exactly, unless you're looking for something very specific. You can't really figure what you're trying to look at. It's kind of like chicken scratch, if you know what I mean. But the most recent entry, however, that you do and are able to legibly read is supplies for Spyrus Isle voyage, 20,000 gold needed. With that, you can't really tell much, but you do, what you can decipher outside of that is that he doesn't really have a whole lot of money.
Oh man.
They're definitely running low on money.
Okay. Does anything around the room stand out more than anything else? Something big and colorful, or more paper?
You see a portrait. You see a mirror. That's kind of it outside of anything. Nothing really else on the desk, just looking around at the scene.
No, right? Is there any other way out of this room?
Being that you have been locked in, I think you're able to wait, hold on. Actually, I just thought this would be hilarious, so I'm sure you'll roll with me on this.
Wow.
You're not entirely sure if you can unlock the door from inside. From what you're looking at it, and you're like, I don't know. And then you turn the knob naturally, and you're like, well, it is locked now. So, yep. You're not entirely sure if you can get out, but I will take us back in the meantime to Vertec and Lumia, who have been escorted, and I'm sure Kai or Pockets has noticed by now that they're being escorted away from the door. I'll just say, looking at you guys, perception. You guys definitely, unless you wish to pretend you didn't notice at least after some time that Taco is no longer with you. If not immediately.
Oh wow! So is that like an area where I'm guessing we're not supposed to go in there? I mean, I just figured it was there. The key, and you know, if it's not locked,
Yeah, it was open.
Not like a private
I thought maybe
thing.
that was our room.
Thought it was part of a tour.
No, sorry, Captain's private area. Not open for viewing, unfortunately. I apologize. You are welcome to go down to your cabins down below, though. I see you still have all of your stuff on you.
Yeah, where are they? Just below the captain's quarters? Like, is there a stairwell down or something?
Not below the captain's quarters, because like we're in the back area, but over this way. He kind of begins to take you over to the stairs to go down to the cabins below.
Is he taking all of us, or just the two that were at the door?
Definitely the two that he's escorting away from the door, but if the other two of you wish to join them, you're welcome to it.
Did I see?
Yeah, I'll go down with them.
Taco go through that door.
Let's see if you saw.
I'm going with.
You have no idea.
Oh, failed the good old seesaw check.
I look over at Vertec and I kind of whisper and I'm like, should we go save Taco or like what should we do?
I don't know nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. Save Taco.
Okay. We're just gonna leave him in
fantastic.
that room.
Oh my goodness. So you guys make it down to your quarter.
You'll probably find something interesting and share with us.
And this is what one of the parts of the cabins look like.
Fancy.
Yeah, I figured we set him up really well with the "we didn't know" story.
Got a nice pair of Crocs in my room.
Pair of Crocs.
So you might notice there is a seashell and a framed portrait, a wooden bowl, a trunk, all just kind of at a glance. Yeah.
Some weird, almost bullet-looking things up on the shelf there.
Exactly what I was
You
looking
know,
at. 3 of them too. It's nice.
I just decided not to mention those.
Oh,
But there is an odd sound coming from the cabin next to yours as you're starting to put your stuff away. And the door does seem to be ajar from what you remember entering.
Define
like the room
weird.
next to ours? Yeah.
It's just how do I explain this?
Just incomprehensible. It's just a sound that caught our attention, and like, WTF was that?
There's just kind of like music that you can kind of hear from the hallway, but you don't really. It's definitely like playing. For Kai, you recognize the song as "The Treasure of Spiros Isle," but you also notice that it kind of plays on repeat.
I'm gonna take a peek. Do a little tippity tap on the door frame as I creak the door open a little bit more. Like, hey,
Okay.
How's it going?
As you
What is this lovely music?
As you do that, you see that the room is empty, and there's just what you can only presume as the singing shell sitting in the room, with the music being more obvious that it's coming from it. And this is Nope. Okay, there's no photo. I thought there was gonna be a photo for it. Sorry.
Oh, hey,
Okay.
look, Taco. There's the song you want. Oh, wait, where's Taco?
Did you not notice?
No, I was too busy looking at the wood and the sky and everything else.
Well, he may have gotten locked into the captain's quarters.
Oh.
Where's the captain's quarters?
It was back up on top the deck. We were all, me, Vertek, and Taco were trying to see what was in that room, but me and Vertek got caught. So I guess Taco decided to sneak in without us.
He'll probably be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be fine. He's probably just chatting with the captain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As long as he doesn't touch anything, he should be fine.
Oh yeah, he would never touch anything.
Yeah.
Much.
Look at this singing shell, though. I'm gonna pick up this shell. This looks cool.
You know that shell, especially being local Kai, that shell is worth at least 10 gold. But
Oh, I'm definitely picking up that shell.
as you pick it up and you bring it close to your ear, you can hear that the shell plays music especially nicely that way.
My God, this is so
Shells.
great. Oh, wow. How do I turn it off?
Is it? I'm assuming the music is playing out of like the opening of the shell,
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah.
So if I close it,
I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna do
like
the thing where
cell.
we'll put like my hand over top of the opening and just go. Burr, 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 burr.
It's evil. Destroy it. Oh my gosh, Basil.
Make it sound like one of those kids when they're like singing into a fan.
Yeah, exactly. You're not really sure how to turn it off, but it's definitely, it sounds nice, but it doesn't stop playing. The other things that you can see are like the bowls and the trunk. There's an envelope on the table, and then there's the another framed portrait similar to like the one that's in yours, though yours is empty. This one has a picture in it.
I'm gonna hand this shell to Pockets.
The Burninator. Okay, so Pockets, now you're holding this singing shell that is very obvious. And tunes are coming from you now.
I stick it in my pocket and try and muffle it.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys want to do here?
I'm just saying. If
So you said it's like an empty room?
Yeah, so it's somebody's room that Seashell had like the music coming from it, but it's empty at the moment. Like nobody's here at the moment.
Gotcha. Okay. Is there any like backpack in here? Notes
There is a
on
traveling
tables?
trunk, and
Ooh,
there
yeah.
is a sealed envelope on the table. Is there anything you want to do?
I want to investigate that trunk.
Okay.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna grab the shell from Pockets and look at him like he's a goober, thinking that you could put a singing shell in your pocket and nobody's gonna notice.
Hey, it was given to me by somebody else, so like,
you can put it back in your pocket after we stop it singing.
Kai, as you're looking through the trunk, the clothes look nice, but they're not really your style. They seem to be perhaps made for a female.
Yeah.
And very much not Coral Cove or Coral Coast centric at all. Very much more from like a colder place than the coast, perhaps, or a less I shall shuffle for a less coastal area.
Yeah, go ahead and try it on, Kai. Never know, might suit you.
I don't know about that. Does it smell earthy or woody?
It definitely has like a scent to it from like a very woodish area. Let me see your culture. Hold on.
I just love how that first sentence rolled. It definitely has a scent to it.
I'm trying to figure out how to explain it to him. I mean, I think if Lumia was looking, she'd probably recognize some of the designs.
Oh yeah, I'm great at this.
Smells like someone's been cuddling a wombat for 3 months.
It definitely looks like it belongs to a woodlander of some sort.
Nobody judge me for opening up someone's chest and sniffing their clothes. I'm gonna close it.
I kind of look at you with a weird eye. Like, what are you doing? Ruffling through that woman's clothing?
Smells woody.
That's kind of weird.
And Lumia, as you're looking around and like possibly off behind Kai, you see in the framed portrait there's a small gilt frame that contains the painting of a young female woodlander, but she seems to be on a coral sand beach.
Okay.
Is there any... Yeah, go ahead.
So there's a painting of a woodlander?
Yeah.
In this painting?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the framed portrait that you guys first saw.
Do I recognize any other kind of information from this?
Nope, but you can definitely tell that she is 100% a woodlander from looking at her, though.
Okay. And I assume maybe this is like her room.
Yeah,
specifically.
I think that would be a good, guess to have based off of that.
Okay. And is she just part of the cruise itself, or is she living here?
You can't really decipher that necessarily.
Okay. Well, I think she's very pretty, and I smile.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do in this person's room?
Yeah, that envelope. I'm not gonna open it, but is there any like to somebody? Like, is there a seal, like a specific like family seal? Is there anything on this envelope?
You do see the sealed envelope is peeking out from under the pillow. You don't really recognize anything like that stands out, like royalty, for example. But yeah,
I'm gonna be that guy again. No smells.
no smells.
Okay, I'm gonna put it back.
Okay.
I'm gonna step out of this person's room because I think it's
same.
weird that we're all in there.
Yeah.
I think I've seen everything I need to see with this room.
I kind of give him a glance that he keeps sniffing things, and yeah.
I'm still trying different things with this shell, like just talking to it, because there's no obvious like switch or like turn off button or knob or. I'm just gonna start trying to talk to it, like stop, silence, shush, be quiet, end.
Alexa, stop playing.
Watch that start like that. Watch that trigger somebody's thing.
Yeah. Ashella, stop playing.
Okay. Ashella, let me just try this one on you. Yeah, nothing you do is working. It's still playing.
I don't know, Basil. Maybe it was Kai that was making that barking noise when we walked into the taverns.
You may want to figure that out, otherwise it's gonna be pretty obvious when the music conch is gone and it's playing from next door.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you guys just gonna, are you still, what are you gonna do with this shell that you're holding that's clearly emitting music?
I'll take a hold of it and I'll whisper to it and see if I can shut it off.
Okay. Hold on. There we go. Sorry. I'm still getting used to this thing as well myself. Improvisation. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, let's just leave this here.
Yeah, don't we have a tinkerer? Wait, where's our Oh yeah, he's gone.
Oh shit.
He's trapped in a room.
So, you guys hear the ringing that it is time to eat and drink and meet the other passengers for the banquet. And yes, you also, Taco, who unfortunately has not figured out how to get out of the room, also hear this bell, albeit a little louder and clearer than those below.
I would like to see if I can lockpick my way out of this thing.
Okay.
I am a tinkerer. I have my tinkerer sack on me.
Okay. There you go.
You piece of crap.
Oh
My goodness.
Oh man.
He's never leaving this room.
Find a dark corner and take a nap.
Okay, I would like to start beating on the door and screaming the words, "This is not the restroom. Please let me out."
I've got to pee.
You know what? I'm gonna do this. Hold on. I'm assuming you guys are gonna go upstairs to try and go to this banquet.
Do we hear him?
I'm just gonna see if you do. Yes. Okay.
I do hear him.
Kai, you hear the faint, and luckily, as you're looking around, nobody else is near the captain's quarters because everybody else is ushering to where they're supposed to be going. But you hear the faint, like, this is not the restroom. Or you could do it, Taco. This is your character, but
This is not the
muffled
restroom.
yelling. Yeah, muffling and like banging coming from the other side of the captain's quarters.
Get to the pooper.
I'm just gonna try the doorknob first.
It's locked.
Yeah, that's locked. Okay. I'm gonna try to pick that lock.
Okay.
I don't know. I really have to pee.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna just walk up to the person that ushered us away from the door earlier, and I'm gonna be like, listen, so you remember you said the captain's private area that we thought we were allowed to go into, but we couldn't. We just realized we're missing one of our party members. It sounds like he's screaming for the bathroom. Potentially behind that door.
As that conversation's happening, I'm sitting there like jiggling a lockpick, and I just hear it break in the lock.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I told you, we thought it was the place we were allowed to go. The key was in the door. It wasn't locked. It wasn't like... It didn't look like it was private.
Taco, all you hear is uh-oh coming from the other side of the door after the lock jiggles. All right, I'm gonna give you one last chance. One last chance.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. As you are tinkering with the door and you hear the door from like the other side, you finally find the mechanism that lets you unlock the door from the inside. But after messing with it, you're able to realize that you could relock it.
Oh, yes, definitely gonna relock the door after I'm out, though.
So like it's kind of like in modern day era where like if you lock a door from the inside of the bathroom, you can still close it, but it'll be locked so you can't get back in.
Okay.
It's kind of like that, but I'm gonna have you roll another acrobatics to see if you, I think it's acrobatics, maybe agility. That's what I meant. I'm gonna have you roll another agility to see if you can sneak out of this door before the guard comes over.
Ninja abilities activate.
So Vertek, you come back with a guard and he looks very displeased, and he's like kind of getting on to you about not making sure your party is kept in check. And he heads over, and Chaffee, you were there, and Vertek, I believe you notice that there is a taco there next to Chaffee now, or Kai, and he's clearly getting very frustrated, very flustered, and he puts the key in the door, and something's not quite right with the door, and he looks warily over at you, asking if you've tampered with it, and clearly, like, this is just the last straw, basically.
I mean,
No, listen, this is our first time. This is our first time on a ship. We don't know what's going on with this. We don't know what this is all a big mystery to us. We don't know what's happening. I'm sorry. Like,
you guys should put a sign on this door.
Yeah, like we didn't know it was a private area, and like you ushered us away so quickly that we didn't have time to look around and make sure our whole party was here. We were right down to our rooms, like we're supposed to. I just know that I heard our friend's voice saying he needed to find the restroom, and we were downstairs. I thought it was coming from the room because I didn't see him since we left the room, but obviously he's not in the room. But so if you know where the restroom is, that'd be great. Because he's obviously doing the pee dance right now.
He's got like this look of just I'm over it on his face.
I'm just gonna look at him and listen, man. Like this is what happens when outsiders get involved,
Are you with them?
I mean, I am, but I'm doing my best. There's a lot of them. Okay, I'm teaching them the ways.
Maybe you should make sure that they don't venture into people's rooms that they don't belong in or we're not invited in. And he like frustratedly jiggles the lock and unlocks it, still thinking there's somebody inside, and pushes open the door to see nobody inside whatsoever. And he goes, I don't get paid enough for this. You know what? The bathroom's over there. Go over there. Go eat. Stay out of the captain's rooms.
Well, now we gotta find our friend. He's somewhere on this boat.
Doodly doodly doo.
Talking about that friend. That friend right there. He's obviously not in the room. I was mistaken.
Oh.
The guard is just over you guys at this point. He just
like the Four Stooges here.
Relocking the door, grumbling about how they're not getting paid enough for this and how there's not enough people, and he can't be like asked to babysit as well. He's just very frustrated. So, you guys eventually make yourself over to the main banquet area, and here are some of the other members. You are able to hover over them to see for yourself who they are. Here are some of the other members that are aboard the trip with you. So you arrive on deck and see Captain Cuttlewash, which I will go ahead and see if I can't.
We have a basil on board.
It does look like a basil, doesn't it? You can click on, actually, can you click on Captain Kettlewash for me to bring his full view up? Captain Kettlewash, alongside 3 other passengers, Rose de la Cruz, Jean de Fuego, and Basil Bristlecone. An older female woodlander holding a dog, which Lumia you would recognize. A stylish wave chaser who just gesticulates wildly as they talk, all excitedly, and a very suited older woodlander gentleman. A banquet table stands to one side, heaped with bowls of steamed chowder and shellfish platters, and Tilly greets you, offering to take your drink order. It was me all along. It was you, Basil. Yeah, a couple of pirates. So
we're all together now?
You're all together. I'm ushering you to your banquet table before you cause any more mayhem upon the ship.
So
and
before
Tilly
we
is
take off
asking
the
what
table,
your drinks are.
Before we get off to the table, I want to grab everyone and be like, this dude ain't got no money. I don't know how he's affording this stuff. I saw some paperwork in there, and we should all be freaking out right now.
Oh no.
What about all the treasure?
You think they're gonna rob us when we're out on sea?
I have no idea, but according to what I could barely read, this man has no money. No wonder everyone's grumpy and not getting paid enough for everything.
And the crew talking about not enough crew at all. Probably the only people who would accept to come on the cruise without being, paid.
These other people around this table look like they have money.
Yeah. All right. You said we were being ushered to our table to drink?
Yes. And at present, I'll call that a little flashback. At present, Tilly is offering to take your drink orders.
Oh.
In case you're not from here, since a lot of you aren't nearby, there are some very nice coastal options. We have the Coral Mopolitan, and the Mulberry Mule, for example. But if there's any other drinks that you would like, perhaps we could see what our very capable crew are able to conjure for you.
I'm glad you asked, Chili. There's only one drink I want. It requires seaweed, rock salt.
Oh no, not again.
I'll get one of those bloody harpoons.
Bloody harpoon, got it. Okay.
I would like a bloody harpoon and a shot because my nerves are shot from being locked somewhere in the bathroom.
Yeah, out at sea on a ship.
I am so sorry that you were locked in a room. That's horrible. I will talk with the crew immediately and see how we can fix that.
Oh, it's no bother. He's a little dramatic. No need.
Okay.
I really had to be.
If you're sure.
If you're gonna bring it up, you should definitely talk to that guy. And I'm gonna point at the one that was helping us earlier.
Okay.
Nice.
Any other drink orders?
I'm gonna order what Kai is having because he's gonna teach me this liquor dance and also a Coralpolitan.
Okay.
Nothing like doing this weird frat party shot next to all these boozy people.
Yes. As you look around while you're talking about that, you just see like the other distinguished members just sipping out their one drink. They're very, very nice. Very, what was it? That meme. Very demure, very mindful.
Very
Good Lord.
So Tilly moves off to like once she gets all of your drinks and says, "Feel free to please speak with the other guests, get to know each other. You're gonna be on here for a little bit. After all, it is a cruise, so feel free to get to know each other and relax a little bit. And please don't get locked in any more rooms. That sounds very terrifying. I will be back shortly with your drinks. Don't worry, I shall flag you down if you leave your table."
Buggins, which one do you think of these ones have the most money?
So all these people are sitting at the table with us?
They're all kind of at this point interspersed in this banquet area, kind of standing and chit-chatting. So you can go up to any of them and talk as you would any other place.
So this is a little bit out of thing. I have a spell that I can use that I can see what somebody wants most. Can I use that on like everybody?
I believe you have a certain number of charges that you can use spells for. So
Okay.
While you could potentially use that on everybody, I would also be very mindful to not to use up all of your spell slots.
Okay. Can I at least roll it on Captain Cuttlewash?
Let me see. Which one is that one?
The spell or the person?
The Heart's Desire?
Yes.
Yeah, if you want to go up and talk to him.
I'll do that.
Okay. So you go up to the captain, and he is essentially a prime example of why you should not meet your heroes. He is shabbily dressed and has an abundance of rum, and has made him that abundance of rum has made him unsteady on his feet and sloppy in his speech. He seems abrupt, uncaring, struggles to feign interest in the guest as you approach. But however, in your short conversation, you do notice that he loves receiving compliments and to boast about his adventures, and mentions as many times as he possibly can his heroics on Spiros Isle and the tragedy of Pearl's death and how he misses her. But outside of that, you kind of get the idea that he just really wants to relive those glory days. But not much else. Uses the glory days, loves rum, loves a ship. But at the end of your conversation, you can kind of get the idea that he's really enjoying talking to you, and it's probably because you're trying to figure out what he likes the most.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Is that does that Woodlander from the photo in the room next to us, is that matching anybody?
Yes. She looks a lot like this.
Just gonna whisper over at Lumia. I'm just gonna say that matches right there. See that? Investigation complete.
And you can confirm that, like, while she is wearing these clothing, the clothes and the trunks that you saw earlier were kind of at the same level of fancy, but more woodlander, less I'm on a cruise vibe.
Are you catching the scent in there, Kai?
Womp womp.
Don't talk about it.
If you, I hear if you lick a finger first, some of the scent will stick as it passes by. Might help you out.
All I'm gonna lick is this salt rock in a second.
Oh my goodness.
So is there somebody that's good at talking? Maybe want to go see why a random Woodlander's on a ship with a weird dog?
I'll go there with you.
I'll go with 2.
All right.
I'd like to talk about that dog. Can I pet that dog?
Yeah, can I bet that?
Oh, you took my line.
Because she is serving, says Basil. So you guys are gonna approach her, Taco and Kai or Lumia?
Mm-hmm.
All 3 of you, or?
Yeah, all 3 of us.
Okay. So as you approach, she's like, "Oh, hello, dears. How are you? How are you enjoying this wonderful cruise so far?"
It is exquisite.
I'm very much enjoying the weather out here. It's beautiful.
Ah, it is indeed, isn't it? It's not very often I see another woodlander out here.
I know, I was going to say the same to you. What brings you out here on this cruise?
This cruise ticket was a birthday gift from my beloved granddaughter, Delilah. She's really just a treat, honestly. And this here, she like kind of like gestures with her arm, kind of like raising up her dog a little bit, is Oyster. And I adore her, but just you know, don't come too close. She doesn't really like other people. And Lumia, you can tell from your nature history that this is a heathhound.
A heathhound?
Yep, it is a domesticated woodland dog with a white fluffy coat and shrill bark. And that heathhounds are usually or sometimes used to explore small burrow networks within the wildwoods, but are predominantly kept as like pets.
Okay. I go, wow, what a lovely heathhound you have there. So adorable. I love the little bow.
Thank you. Thank you. Doesn't she just look darling in this?
Absolutely, darling. I wish I could pet her.
Ah, yes. Adorable though she is, she does have quite the temper. You kind
Just
of
like
hear,
me.
like, if you like meander a little closer, the dog kind of goes. Starts getting a little bit territorial, like the light little, not full on like constant growling, just like the little growls Vertec knows because Cora does this. Just like the little like her.
I ask her what she's smoking in that pipe.
No.
Taking all the taco lines.
I think so.
What she's smoking? It's really the same.
This is nothing. Just, you know, some medicinal herbs and things.
Lovely.
Medicinal.
I kind of open up my bag and show her a little stash that I have of my finest herbs.
Ah, that is quite the collection you have, madam.
Mm-hmm. Just in case we want to sneak off later.
I want to ask her how well she knows Tilly.
Oh, Tilly, I don't know her as much. I mean, I'm just on board with you all, but she seems well liked, from what I gather.
What has your daughter done to be able to get tickets?
You know,
this luxurious craft.
I have no idea. I did not ask her, but I am grateful all the same.
Do you get your medicinal herb from your daughter too? Because then I know.
You know, I get it sometimes from her. She does bring me gifts of various arrays, assortments, you know, things. I love that, Basil.
Sounds like something directly out of the Community show.
Yeah.
This has been great, Jose. I'm glad to have met you. I'm gonna go back to my table and do a rock salt bath bomb.
You enjoy whatever that is, darling. Just yes, have a good day. Thank you. It was nice meeting you as well. And she has no idea what you just said to her or what that was that you were referring to, but she hopes.
Yeah, but now she's gonna watch me do it.
Yeah, basically.
Oh my.
Yep, it was very nice to meet you. I'm gonna go talk to some other guests.
She kind of nods her head. Same to you, dear. Same to you.
Should we go talk to the random accountant-looking fellow?
Yeah.
Basil?
I would love to go talk to him too.
Okay, you want to go talk to Basil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys should take pockets with you. I feel like they have a lot in common for some reason.
Is it the man purse?
You both smell like money.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. As you approach, he's just kind of like rifling through his things. He's got a book in his hand and he's making sure all of his scrolls and belongings are accounted for.
Hello, good sir.
Oh, hello.
So just trying to get a feel for this cruise thing. You know anything about what's supposed to be going on here?
Well, I do know that I was hired by the captain to come aboard and be his ghostwriter, as you will. I've shadowed him over the past few months, but you know, I think that this is just, he wants to make sure that we have. I don't know. I actually don't know what it is that he wants outside of me being a ghostwriter for him. Okay. Perhaps it is so that I could have adequate view of the scenery that he once experienced.
Okay. Because I was just curious because, you know, you don't look like your standard issue adventurer, and, you know, certainly don't fit the mold of a sailor, as I point to the staff on hand, tugging ropes and healing halls and stuff.
Ah, indeed, yes, indeed. I am not. I am but a humble writer.
You said that he hired you. Is he paying you handsomely for your work with him?
Oh, I could not disclose that. I feel like, that would just be a betrayal of a client and merchant privilege. Yes, I guess I am a merchant of a service. I guess you could put it.
Aren't we all merchants?
I suppose so, in some fashion or another.
Not when they're dressing fancy like that. That's desk attire, not ship attire. Or fancy cruise attire. At least the lady and her dog had fancy cruise attire.
Yeah, I'm gonna quietly elbow Vertek and say, everybody else seems to not getting paid enough, and this is one less money bag on the boat, so kind of confused where the money's coming from for the event, and then like based on where the money's being allocated, seems a little bit suspicious.
Yeah. Okay, well, hey Basil, it was nice meeting you.
Oh, it was a pleasure meeting you as well.
Quietly outside of Basil's sound. That's what. Yeah.
I understood.
I'm just gonna sneak away with Vertek.
You still have the crew that you can talk to: Tilly, the captain, or Jean de Fuego.
Jean scares me.
Jean scares you?
Hey Kai, I think Jean might have some drink tips for you. Definitely looks like somebody who has some fun drinks in the bag.
I have another tip for you too.
Go start singing to him.
Oh my goodness.
This is where we need the bard in the party.
What are you?
Would I know Gene? He sounds like they are a well-known person.
Give me a second. Let me see if they have. You actually might. Yes, actually, Jean is familiar to you. You know Jean as the famous, a person that runs a very famous variety show at the Angler's Rest Tavern, which is one of the livelier coastal tavern on Smuggler's Wharf. And is owned by Jean DeFuego. And they have a weekly variety show, shanties and shimmies, if you will. It is very popular with locals and tourists alike.
All right. I'm gonna get up from my seat after licking the salt rock and finishing up, and I'm gonna start storming up. I'm gonna go, oh my God, Jean de Fuego. I'm gonna start doing a shimmy, just start shimmying at him.
Well, if I don't say, I would know a fan when I see one.
Oh, am I ever a fan?
I gotta mute myself.
Which is your favorite show?
Oh, do I have to name a favorite? Obviously, it's gonna be the shimmy variety show. I mean, come on, it's great. It's where I can learn all my moves.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep a straight face while I do that. Absolutely, Taco. You know, I only bought a ticket on this tour in the hopes that I can get the one and only captain to participate in one of our shows.
Oh, if you get him to shimmy, it's over.
I know, right? This feels much more like a Basil character to me. Referring to Basil in our chat, not Basil in the game.
That's the only reason you came aboard, just for a one-on-one interview?
I figured, what better way to get into, the mood than to see for ourselves, and see if we can't work a little charisma magic and convince somebody, who better else, the local legend who's still alive and well, to reenact his very own legendary tale. Can you imagine? We'd be sold out for weeks.
It would be good. I would watch that. I'd be first in line. I'd buy 2 tickets just so nobody's sitting next to me.
Hey, Chappie, you should take some divine inspiration from Basil there in chat. Just good luck on the punctuation. I don't know if there's supposed to be any or not. I've said that 7 different ways in my head.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to have a couple more of these rock salt water bath bombs, and then we're going to shake our sea legs later.
That sounds just wonderful. Definitely come and find me.
Shake our sea legs.
To my seat.
Okay.
Oh, fantastic.
How was that, Taco? You good now?
I'm good.
Tilly brings back another serving of the drinks that you guys had ordered previously, having seen some of you have downed your drink entirely. Just, in case you were thirsty, I ordered another round of what you already had. I hope you're enjoying your time so far. I hope everybody's getting along.
Yeah, we are. We're going to be doing this every day.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will have to see what the captain has in store. It all depends on the weather, of course, as well. As you can see, this is quite the open banquet area. But yeah, I mean, if you're hungry or whatever, feel free to come talk to me. If you see anything that you suspicious, please by all means let me know. I do appreciate the note on the door that seems to have freed you from whatever cage you were in of a room. But yeah, please, I want to ensure that your stay here is as effortless as possible.
Could I ask a question if possible?
Sure.
The ticket seemed very exclusive. Is that just because of we only having so many rooms to lodge in?
That and we just want to make sure that it's not overly crowded. We already have a certain amount of people aboard. You've got crew, the captain, myself, and the guests, and I think we want to just kind of start it small and make sure that it's a success first before trying to broaden the amount of tickets. But also, yes, the crew cabin areas. That's all things that we have to keep in account of. No.
It makes perfect sense. I fully understand. I'm just gonna randomly wink. I'm gonna whisper next to Pocket. I'm gonna be like, sometimes you just wink at people. You don't know why, you just do it.
I'm gonna turn to him and wink.
Yeah, see, you get it.
If you don't have anything else, I will go back to my duties.
I think that's it, at least for me anyway. Thank you.
Okay. Of course. And she kind of heads off. You kind of hear her barking orders at some of the crew on what to do next to make sure that everything is running smoothly.
You guys think it's weird that first mate's personally handing us drinks instead of the crew?
Exactly. I was thinking the same thing.
That is weird.
Maybe just can't afford good
the
help.
Drink that was handed to us.
About this time, the food has also come out at your tables.
What'd you say, Pockets?
I said, did any of you guys happen to drink the drink that she just handed you?
Oh yeah, 2 of them.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna keep drinking my drink too. I'm gonna go sit down at the table and start shoving food in my mouth.
I join
Sounds
you.
glorious.
I'll put it back on the Coral Coast.
There you go.
There we go.
What are we eating?
Let me go back and see what that was again, because it outlined it up here. Steaming chowder and shellfish platters.
I'm allergic to shellfish.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Biscuits.
But there are a variety of other sides and things there as well for you to eat on, and a banquet table off to the side that has kind of like a buffet, if you will, of extra food that they wheeled out after serving the initial amounts. But yeah, so now you have your food and your drink, and it seems like the other guests are coming back to sit down at their tables and are either eating and chatting together or off separately, perhaps tending to their dog, feeding their dog little pieces of food. But a period of time passes as you get into your conversations and things like that. And you notice that off to the side, Jean de Fuego has pulled the captain aside, and they appear to be having a heated discussion. All right, everybody but Kai, who is deeply invested in the buffet table, notice that Jean is demanding money from the captain, and the captain is threatening to badmouth Jean's business. After a brief back and forth, Jean spits, "I am going to kill you," through gritted teeth before storming back towards the main gathering.
It was
From what
Vertec that was deep in his plate.
From what you...
Yeah.
Oh, was it Vertec? Sorry.
Yeah.
I think it was delayed. It was Vertec who was deep in his plate. My bad. Okay, cool. But for the rest of you, you do notice that nobody seemed to have caught on to you having heard that.
I look at Taco. I'm like, seems like that paper you saw in his room is true. Can't pay for anything.
He can't pay for anything. Who knows how many.
So where
people
is all this stuff coming from? Like this food and stuff. I feel like he's just gonna rob us, but I didn't bring a lot with me.
He could have one of these guests could be a wealthy benefactor, helping pay and sponsor the trip, or he could just be literally going to rob us in 5 seconds. And who knows?
Wasn't he the one that bought a ticket to come here to butter up the captain?
You owe me money, but let me buy this off you. I mean, yeah, they did that. They bought a ticket.
Seems like the story changed a little bit.
I mean, someone just went from very nice and, impulsive to being mean and impulsive and threatening to kill the captain.
That's Jean.
They might rob you, but you could have given them the pink eye. Oh my gosh. As you guys kind of talk amongst yourselves and the banquet's kind of coming to an end, people are less likely to get up and go grab food and things like that. You see the captain kind of come in front of everybody and demand your attention and about. Do you guys want me to read this, or did you like when I played Tilly's voice over earlier?
What's the voiceover role? I want to hear his voice.
Show off.
All right. As it comes to the end, the captain makes a stand to toast, and he raises his drink up and says,
"You'll know the famous shanty, the treasure of Spiro's Isle. I plundered many treasures from that island, but I had to leave a lot behind. Well, it's high time for this old sea dog to return to Spiro's Isle and fetch the rest of me loot. Basil Bristlecone here will be accompanying me to write a book about my adventure. And as my biggest fans, the first chapter will be available for you to take away from this very tour. So join me in raising your glasses to the treasure of Spiro's Isle. There's more treasure to come."
and he raises his glass, then takes a swig from his glass, and his eyes go wide. He immediately grabs his throat as his face turns red. A panicked sound gurgles from his mouth, and you realize he's choking.
He's choking?
Yes. Lumia, you immediately recognize that he is choking, and you make swift action. You get up from your seat and head up to the captain, wrapping your hands around his abdomen and pulling inwards and upwards to dislodge the object blocking his airways, which flies onto the deck in front of the party.
Oh. Oh no.
What is it?
Yeah.
What is it?
I wanna go look what just flew on the deck in front of us.
Hold on, let me.
I'm like massaging him right now. It's okay. You're safe.
Actually,
I got you.
let's see. Who wants to go pick it up?
I want to pick it up.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay. Taco, you pick it up And I believe, let me see if you see. Oops. I broke it. Hold on.
Just leaning over your
Do you
shoulder,
see
trying to see what you're holding.
pearl in your inventory now?
Inventory. Yes, I do. It is a blighted pearl. The corrupt magic inside of this pearl boosts my power, but it comes at a cost.
Yeah, but what does it smell like?
Unfortunately, the captain's fucking throat.
It smells like gross.
Like kind of wet as you pick it up.
It smells like rum and bad decisions.
Ew, that's nasty.
As you are taking care of the Captain Lumia, he turns and thanks you, and Tilly jumps like into action, moves over to you and takes the captain and thanks you and moves the captain to his chambers and calls an end to the evening.
Wow. Are they together?
No, she's his first mate. So she's like in charge of making sure that,
He's
everything's
safe.
But Taco, are you going to equip the item?
Oh, that sounds like a horrible idea.
I'm just asking.
No, I do not want to equip the item at this moment.
Okay.
Do you equip a pearl? Are you gonna eat it?
From what you can tell looking at it though,
Right.
you can tell that it is quite a treasure from the deep, perhaps one of the many rumored treasures that the captain had brought. But let me remove these as they exit scene. The Tipsy Pearl drops anchor, and your fellow guests retire to their rooms. It's peaceful here at sea, and you hear the gentle waves lapping against the hull of the boat, and the occasional call of a seabird heading home to roost. What would you guys like to do? Everybody else is retiring.
I'd like to gather everyone up and talk about what we just saw.
Okay.
I look over and I'm like, why was he choking on a pearl?
Why was a pearl in his drink?
I don't know. Seems really fishy.
What
You think someone's trying to kill him?
Again?
That flavor text is actually kind of like meta gaming knowledge, but you don't really know what it actually does. It looks like it's definitely a treasure from the deep.
Okay, so it just looks like a pearl. Gotcha.
Yeah. The flavor text there is for player intrigue. Which I wish they would only make that available to DMs, in my opinion.
Until you know it, yeah, it should pop up after you give it permission.
Yeah, so it's going to be a part of a point of feedback I'll give them since they're in early development still.
I'm going to say the one thing I've been meaning to say this entire time. How much money do you think this pearl could be worth, guys? Are we rich?
Actually, if you want to suggest a culture check or an academics check, you can roll that.
We do have a merchant. Maybe he can appraise it.
Yeah. That would be great. I would like to. Who's the merchant? Is that Pockets?
That's me.
I will give this to Pockets, but you have to give it back. But I would like you to evaluate what it is, okay?
Sure.
All right, I just handed it to you, I believe. Maybe? There he goes.
Pockets looking at this, would say you have high empathy. Give me an academics roll. Okay, you can give me a thumbs up too. That works.
Well, yeah, like you said that you can.
I can ask you guys directly. Yeah, there's a way for you to roll for it yourself by going down.
I see. All right.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're not really sure. You can tell it's rare for sure, but you're not really sure how much that could actually go for. In your experience, it could really change depending on the demographic that's trying to buy it.
I'm sure it's not worth very much. I'll just keep a hold of it.
Wow. That's not cool.
Must not be worth much.
I would have done.
Yeah, I don't know. Not sure if there's a whole lot to glean from the situation yet.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm glad someone got some perception around here.
I love, Kai, that you have your dice that matches. It's nice. You know what, Lumia? I'm just going to DM this to you.
Okay.
Because you're the only one that noticed.
You saw which pocket it went into.
Oh God. Is this happening now?
Yes.
Okay, I kind of peer over the into the ocean. I see the water is getting a little weird out there, and I kind of run to a safe spot on the deck and brace myself. And I kind of warn out to everyone, you guys, something might be coming.
All hands on deck. The piece of the night is ruptured. Wait, hold on. Let me do this. Hold on. Okay, this is night. The piece of the night is ruptured by an enormous tentacle slamming down onto the deck, sending splinters of wood flying through the air. The Tipsy Pearl's bell rings to ring out an alarm as another tentacle lands, then another. With a thunderous roar, the gaping jaws of a tide maw appear at the side of the ship. At once, Tilly is at your side, blade in hand.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
Oh, no, thank you.
Gargantuan
No, thank
guzzler.
you.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Gargantuan guzzler.
Like Vera, Mythos has a lot of dangers in their sea.
Hey, Kai, you got any of that salt left?
I licked it all.
I want to go stand near Tilly and just look at her in the eye and say, are we about to kill this thing?
Wow.
I expected nothing less from Lumia.
Don't worry, when it comes to skills
sushi.
that I'm not good at, you know I'm gonna do it.
All right.
Checks out.
For those of you that failed, all you know is that this tide maw smells terribly. Terribly. The scent of it is oozing off of the tentacles that have struck the ship, and it's just wafting in your nose. And for the rest of you that did succeed, you know that it's unusual for a tide maw to be found in these particular waters. they reside in much deeper parts of the ocean, and this tide maw's eyes are emitting a peculiar glow.
Hmm.
Give me a second.
Oof, what do you think about that smell, Kai?
Someone needs to lay off the bath bombs. Oh, it's a lot of health.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's definitely a lot of health.
Battle map.
Throw the pearl
Let's
in
start
his
the
mouth. All right, give me a second to adjust the order here.
Okay, I'll read through the tour here then. So to move around, click and drag. Click and hold your token to see where you can move. Drag your token to move it. Use abilities. Fire in the hole! Hover over the combat abilities at the bottom of your screen to see what they do. Click to select an ability. Its potential range will be shown on the map. Select a target and take aim. Hover over the map to see a highlighted area of effect. Click the token or square that you want to target. It may be your own. Dice automatically roll to hit. That's fancy.
Yeah.
Actions. Roll a skill check. Skill checks can still be rolled during combat, but since spells take time and focus, they're locked. There you go. Oh. Move the little battle map around. Oh shoot, combat begins.
All right, give me a second.
First.
No, hold on, give me a second.
Okay.
I thought this is where it's going to take me a little bit of a moment to adjust the thing, because I'm trying to make Lumia first. This is a little bit difficult. Sorry. I haven't done this. I should practice this, I think. I believe in myself too. This is the combat menu, but there's not a whole lot here to go off of. Let me see. Hold on. Let me end the combat real quick. I don't see anywhere that indicates who would go first. Sorry. They have changed a little bit of stuff with me, with this stuff, so give me a second. Yeah, all I can really do is start the combat, but I don't really know how to move people around on this. That part's not super intuitive. Okay. Well,
besides the cat, besides the first mate, she is first.
Yeah. That's perfect then, because yeah, you unless they did that, because I don't know why it made Kai first last time. So she is gonna go ahead and she's going to grant you haste.
Oh.
Everybody who's around her.
Oh wow.
And she's going to say, attack the head. Just focus on attacking the head.
Okay.
And then she's going to move over here and attack.
Ooh.
My God.
Oh.
Wow. Oh.
Extra damage. Oh.
Okay.
We only need 20 more of those.
Yeah, I don't know. Supposed to be ending the turn. but it's not ending the turn. I don't know.
Do you have a pause button up top?
I do.
Just unpause it, see if it does naturally.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Unpause combat.
Oh.
There we go. It just took it a minute. This one is going to try and though this one can't really do anything. It can't reach anybody, so I'm gonna. Okay, there we go. I just had to double click. Got it. Okay, it's Lumia's turn.
I do my special failure.
Failure.
So you succeeded. You succeeded in your
No.
special failure.
I did.
It's going to do a push on you.
Ooh.
Disgusting.
What a noise.
Oh,
And
goodness.
Kai,
It's
your
got
turn.
me. It's wrapped itself around me.
Oh, nope, it didn't do rap. It just did slap.
Oh, it slapped me in the face.
It did.
We're going in.
There we go. This one's going to slap Vertug.
Wow.
So much
Ow.
slapping. Slapping.
It's Pocket's turn.
Oh.
Listen, I know you guys never been on a boat before, but we gotta talk about this.
This one can't do anything, so it's just going to be there. So, Vertec, is your turn.
All right, let's see here. Meteor leap.
Oh no!
Failure. No.
The boat is
God.
very much like bothering everybody but Kai.
Apparently. Holy
I'm
cow.
distracted by the tentacles.
Oh.
Oh, I'm glad you
They're
said that.
so wiggly.
Another one.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, you're really
I
distracted.
can't tell if she's scared or excited.
And it's going to.
Uh-oh. No.
Try
going
and
to
spit
fail.
at you, but it's just instead you get a really disgusting smell that
Oh,
comes across the deck.
I take a big whiff and I go. Oh. Mm.
Okay, I am going to.
Mm.
I'm just going to attack the
Okay.
The head, just like the first mate who's been on the ocean for years told us to do.
That's
I know.
right.
I don't know if I believe her because normally you attack the ads.
Yeah, now you can't go anywhere.
Lockdown.
It's going to attack Pockets with a slap.
Schmack.
Tentacles are rude.
I like it.
And then this one is going to slap Kai.
Don't do it. Hey,
Push him back.
I'm hasted.
You are
Haste.
hasted.
I got scammed.
She's going to move up here. And she's going to go ahead and attack the big beast as well.
Does it tell me what haste does?
It should if you hover over
Ooh.
the icon.
One movement.
This one's gonna just not do anything because it can't reach anybody. So it's just gonna wriggle lithely on the boat.
My girlfriend liked that once.
That one's in the corner beating on that guy that was getting us out of that locked room. That guy's having a bad day.
Oh, haste gives you more movement. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fireball.
Nice.
Wham. I got a little bit of a higher ground.
Kerplowy.
Nice.
Kerplowy. I like it.
This one can't do anything, so it's just not going to do anything. It's Kai's turn.
It is.
You got slapped by a tentacle. How are you gonna handle that?
Gracefully.
Wow, you can go anywhere.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Miscast. Whoops.
So about that how to function on a ship thing you were talking about.
The bath salt's kicking in.
The bath salts are kicking in.
Oh, my line.
Tentacles just slapping you around everywhere.
Oh.
Ooh, that was pretty good.
That's what I was trying to do.
I didn't realize it was a straight line on the first one.
Got to work on your beam strength there, Kai.
Much better at touching things.
So as you are fighting this Tide Maw, the tentacles don't have very far reach, but as you are noticing, they do prefer to slap if they can. That's much easier for them than wrapping around, so
Yay, I did one thing though.
they are also very much not moving, which perhaps is the reason why she suggested that you attack the head first.
Oh no.
Ooh,
Oh, you got a hug.
I'm strained. Oh no.
In the brain.
Oh.
Hello.
Damage.
It's going to attempt this again. This time,
Oh,
Oh.
I'm dead.
oh no!
Oh no.
Ooh,
This is so much damage.
Oh my god!
Oh, no. So
Yeah,
all
they
those
erased.
tentacles are just. Woo! I fainted.
Oh my goodness! I didn't know that was going to kill you.
You got wrapped
That was
around and then
awesome.
spit on. That was crazy.
without an inkling of doubt, says Erwin. She did.
Oh God!
She did. I'm going
Oh,
to attack
no.
it again, even though I'm blind.
I don't know what that means.
I
We're gonna
can't.
find out.
Oh, never mind.
I think it just has a higher chance of failing.
Yeah, do less damage. That's what it
50%
is.
less ranged damage.
As
Good
long as
luck,
you punch
guys.
it, you're good.
Specifically.
We needed like 4 more fireballs from you, though.
Thwop.
Ow. I know, feel good.
I know.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Cuddle.
She's gonna focus to go ahead and fail. She's she can't see you. She's like, I don't know what's happening here.
She's blinded.
Blind.
Blinded by the squid.
This one can't do anything. Okay, I think mine was just not being nice because it just I'm clicking once and it's working now. So I think it just that first one was being a little bit iffy. You got this, Kai. I believe in you.
I don't know if the healing will do less or not.
Ooh,
Aw,
nice.
shoot.
Plus 20% bonus. Look at that heal. Nice.
Ooh-ha.
I did it right that time.
Sorry, 1 second. Okay. It's gonna, yeah. There we go.
Thwack.
And I am not,
Uh-oh.
sorry. I was essentially DMing Moon and apologizing because I didn't think it was gonna hit that hard.
It did hit that hard.
I was being beat up by all the tentacles as well, so.
You were. I didn't know it was gonna do that much damage, or I think I wouldn't have put one right next to you.
Alright, let's try this thing again.
I was trying to like enclose you guys in a small space to keep you from wandering around too much to not kill you. You gotta be squidding me.
Slow. Lose one
Ooh.
movement. Okay.
It's doing a whole lot of movement.
It is. It is. Had to keep him from moving around so much.
I'm gonna be nice to you guys because you're already like halfway. You had some tough breaks. I'm sorry. I don't want to be too harsh.
Beat us up. We don't care.
I mean, if you're sure. No, I'm kidding.
I'm just saying, if we can take out that one tentacle that's over near where I'm at, we might be able to have a little bit of a somewhat safe zone over there. Ow.
Uh-oh.
Well, now you're a little farther away. I feel like you're about to get a DM about killing you.
Oh, geez. I'm terrified. Okay.
It's coming right
Yeah.
for us.
It gets to do it again. That's crazy. Do it.
Ooh, man.
Oh no. Good night.
Fucked out.
He saved me.
Wow.
He said the tentacle saved me.
Just wow.
I'm not saying much because I think it's speaking for itself.
You guys got this.
Holy mackerel.
So those can't do anything. We're back to Tilly, save them. Tilly, save them, please.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Our pockets is just getting smacked around. Right?
Back
I'm
and
sorry.
forth.
You don't have to move if they do it for you.
Oh my
Fair.
god.
Saving you 2 spaces of movement each time.
Left, right, left, right. That's it. I'm getting out of here. Ooh, nice.
There we go.
Nice.
Ooh. All right.
It's crazy that move
Small
doesn't
reprieve
also
for a
heal
couple of us. Just
adjacent.
maybe not Tilly. Sheesh. Okay. Can I just attack?
If you do the jumping attack thing, unless it's what you're trying to do.
Yeah, it's on cooldown. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
You can just click the melee down there.
Yeah, the melee one
yeah,
should be.
but that's I think less damage. No, it is 1 more damage. Okay. Success. Schmack.
Immobilized. Nice. This can't reach anything. This can't reach anything.
We're halfway there.
Whoa, oh, lemon on a pear.
All right. So actually, upon Vertex's last attack, the Tide Maw shrieks and its stinky breath goes across the deck once more before the spell binding the Tide Maw seems to be broken, and the weird lighting in its eyes dissipates before it slides back beneath the waves, leaving Kai and Lumia unconscious on the deck, because I'm going to be nice and not kill them for this first one, because I don't believe in first session player deaths. I'm sorry, that's not fun.
This is an XCOM?
Okay. I want to go.
Someone to carry me to my room, please.
I want to wake her up. Whatever I need to do. Do I need to carry her to her room? I need to smack her in the face. What's going to work?
Give her some of her meds.
A tentacle.
I reach into her bag and grab a random object and feed it to her.
Okay.
Shoving leaves.
Oh no, that was the love potion.
Lumia, you suddenly wake up to something being shoved in your mouth, and you can go ahead and elaborate whatever that ends up being.
Oh my.
And respond however you will. But you wake up to like Taco above you shoving something from your bag into your mouth.
In my bag, I only had 3 different medicines. I had a love potion, a health potion, and a beauty potion, but it was definitely the love potion.
Oh no. So you wake up to seeing Taco above you, putting the love potion in your mouth.
The power of love has saved you.
No. I'm like, I look starry-eyed. I'm like, oh, what has happened? Where did the tentacles go?
I just look at her and say, I'm glad whatever I gave you worked. I'm glad you're alive.
Lumia, as you're looking up at him, you hear that in like one of those like anime things with like roses around him and like the very like echoey like romantic voice.
Like, please carry me to my room.
Sure.
I'm gonna point at Kai and start shouting, "Hey, anybody, get this guy a salty seaweed swizzle salad slam."
The crewmate actually from earlier, who was like really irritated at your guys' tomfoolery and shenanigans, actually comes rushing up with some salt and like puts it, a little bit of it on like Kai's tongue.
So it's like smelling salts.
Yeah.
Wait. I want to recap. Some dude ran up to Kai and put something salty on his tongue.
Yep. Pretty much exactly what happened.
Puts his finger in my mouth. I'm like, oh, dude, what are you doing?
Oh, sorry. You just, never mind. And he like runs away. Doesn't know how to explain what. I'm glad you're alive. Meanwhile, Tilly walks up to Vertug and grabs his hand gently, but places in it something as she uncurls her fist and says, "As a token of gratitude, Thank you so very much. And you feel her like gently pressing a bracelet into your hand. If it weren't for you guys, I don't know what I would have done. I hope that this bracelet aids you in any other battles that we may face. That was admirable. And Vertek, you should now see it in your inventory.
Ooh, I do see it. Tilly's bracelet.
Yes. This bracelet rallies your allies into action with a burst of speed, which means that at the start of each turn, you can grant haste to adjacent allies.
Ooh-ha. All right, this has been equipped.
Have you guys seen the what was that one? One of my friends was cosplaying her. She's the one with the. Never mind. I'll make the sound clip later. You might recognize it. Something just came to mind. So with the Tide Mod defeated, the other passengers cautiously emerge onto the deck, all shaken by the attack. They see Kai with a look of disgust on his face as he has like smelling salts put in his mouth, which tastes horrible. And you know, Taco after a time emerges after having put Lumia into the area below. And after Tilly finishes thanking Vertek, she kind of stands up straight, looks around at everybody emerging, and goes, "Where's the captain? That old sea dog's never missed a fight in his life. Something's off. And that monster had no business being in this part of the ocean."
Yeah, it was kind of wild. Now, did anybody else notice that its eyes we had this weird glow and then they stopped glowing when it dipped out and ran away? I think maybe it was being controlled, and that's why it was out of its normal.
I don't know if it was being controlled, but it was freaking me out.
At the suggestion of like the creature that just attacked the ship being controlled, you hear like an audible gasp from amongst the crew members and the other people on board, and then a murmur.
Want to like yell like, "Do you guys know something we don't?"
We don't know anything. That this is no. That like she said that's not normal. And you kind of hear a couple people chime in and say, "Yeah, that was weird," and also like thank you guys for fighting instead of like hiding the way that they did.
Yeah, wanted to hide. There were too many tentacles.
The Tilly comes back a little while later and says the captain's door is locked, and nobody else has the key. I ensured that he had his key earlier. When we were at the banquet after seeing him back, I left him with the key. Nobody else has it. I haven't seen him anywhere. He's nowhere on the ship. Many of the crew members came back and said that they can't find him. I don't know what to do.
Well, let's go look for him.
Looking around the ship, you come to the same conclusion. There's the captain's quarters are locked. He's not hiding in any of the rooms as the other guests of this ship break off alongside you to search for the captain.
I look over at Kai and like give him the side eye and say, "Is there any other way to get into the captain's quarters?"
It just tastes like cheese and salt. Oh.
The captain's quarters?
What are we talking about?
Tastes like cheese and salt?
There's not a spare key. We can't brute force our way in.
I mean, I could probably get in, maybe. And I'm just gonna start crawling over to the door.
Oh no.
It's in my eyes.
We've only got a self-heal, or else I'd help you out.
looking at the door, you can kind of see that it does look weak enough, especially for some of the tankier people, to be able to break down if they wanted to. Otherwise, looking from the door on the outside, Taco, now that you're not locked inside of it, you can see some areas that perhaps maybe your tinker ability would allow you to improvise.
It looks like I don't need to do that.
Okay, as you're looking, Vertec comes up, and what do?
I'm just looking around at everybody, like milling around, wondering who's going where. It's really odd, crazy situation. Where's Mr. Captain Pants? And Kai over there crawling like, I'll get it. Complaining about cheese, and I just decided to try to kick the door in.
Okay. So Vertec walks up and kicks the door in, and the first thing you see is the captain is lying on the floor at the side of his desk. Tilly runs to his side and quickly confirms that he's been dead.
Oh no.
Everybody around you is gasping and reacting in shock. Jean de Fuego faints. Rose screams and clings to Basil, who looks quite pale even for a woodlander. And Tilly takes a moment to collect herself before she starts to bark out orders.
Crew, get these passengers back to their rooms. Secure the ship. Nobody leaves. We need to patch the holes in the hull and return to port. And we better have an answer for the authorities when we get there.
She turns to address your party.
Mages, I'm going to need your help.
And that is where we will leave off for today.
Like
Secure the ship. Make sure nobody escapes out the front door. We'll never know where they go.
But thank you so very, very much, everybody, for joining us on this first session of Fablecraft. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it was something comfy and wonderful to listen to, as I realize that... Are you able to just... oh. I don't think we can snooze this ad. Okay. Well, there's an ad coming up in 2 minutes, so I'll try and make this quick. Thank you, everybody, so very much for joining us. If you liked this kind of content, please let us know what your favorite moment was from today, especially on YouTube in the comments. And thank you for the chat for being active and interesting quips throughout. This is very nice to have.
Very fun.
I hope that you guys enjoy this. We'll be back in 2 weeks on Sunday for part 2 of 5-ish of the murder on the Tipsy Pearl. And just appreciate you giving us your time. You could be running your own Fablecraft game, and if you do, we ask if you would like to support us. You use TGF Tavern as the code to support us as creators. And or if you are playing instead of running one, that you have a lot of fun. But you could be doing that. Instead, you're here with us and you're enjoying this entertainment. So thank you for that. And we shall see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Take care, everyone.
Kai says bye.
Kai says bye.